Kiambu 12 kilometers, Thika 39 kilometers, Garissa 365 kilometers. But 365 kilometers to Garissa from where exactly? Let's figure this out. I drive through the streets of Nairobi and motorists are up and about heading in different directions. And to know just how well these motorists know the distance to their destinations prompted me to ask.
I'm heading to the airport. Yeah, I'm going to pick somebody, my friend. Yeah.
Roughly how many kilometers there?
Approximately maybe 20, but I'm not sure.
Ninaenda Amboseli. Kutoka hapa mpaka Amboseli ni 240 kilometers. It can take around 5 hours. Nilipima mimi mwenyewe na speedometer.
The quest to understand the dynamics of distances seen on Kenyan roads and beyond brought me here in Nairobi's Central Business District, Kenyatta Avenue. Well, apparently this is where it all starts. Which is how many people know about this?
I tend to think that at the time that our people were fighting for our independence.
Mwenye aliweka hiyo ni kama kitu yenye alikuwa amefikiria ya kanisa maybe.
The stars and the moon I think just probably represents the galaxy, being that this is the highest point, like I said, of Nairobi CBD. So it's like where before Nairobi got the skyscrapers, this is where you could actually see all around the city.
This iconic monument, renowned as Jalton Fence, often goes unnoticed, standing in the midst of such tall buildings. It was set here in honor of the late Jalton Fence, the first man who drove for 45 hours from Mombasa to Nairobi in the year 1926.
Okay, you can imagine the way the country was before the colonialists came. It was actually an open land full of wildlife, no roads. Currently, when you are driving even to Mombasa and there's any problem on the roads, you realize the problems you go through. And the road is blocked. You can imagine driving off-road all the way from Mombasa to Nairobi. It's quite a challenge. So it was somebody who actually made an effort to drive all the way.
It's a little difficult to get the fine details on film, but directions and distance in miles and kilometers to nearly all capital cities in the world are engraved on this four-cornered stone.
Okay, measurement, there are a lot of instruments for measuring distances. Yeah, so at least distances from Nairobi to different parts of the world. Yeah, as you travel, even through the craft, they know the distances. So being around the center of the city, it was easier to put these distances and their general directions. Yeah, so from there at least you can know direction to most of the cities of the world.
Just how accurate are these measurements? I asked a cartographer whose profession is to map out directions to communicate to road users.
You find in Nairobi when it started by the rail, with the rail construction. Yeah, when the station reached, and that was one of the main points where the people who were building actually rested. So when he drove, that was among the first places he arrived. Yeah, and so it was the most suitable place. It's more of the center of Nairobi, if you look at it critically.
And like a spreading pandemic, these measurements found their way into today's modern technology, ending up on elaborate road signage and maps. Brenda Cheruiyoit, Citizen Weekend, Nairobi.